So we connect to the body and we intuitively connect to its sponging nature. The body is like a baby. It is always ready and open to receive, in a sense, consume. Through different vibrations of energies, frequencies, the body is constantly going through. And due to its original nature of sponging and collecting, and due to the very bare minimum consciousness that it has developed, it accumulates all sorts of vibrations, all sorts of frequencies that make the body forget its capacity, the capacity and the purpose that is behind this sponging nature. So the body must be sponging, must be gathering, collecting the higher vibrations, the higher qualities. The body is capable of connecting to the divine, to the supreme, to the source of all higher consciousness, higher qualities, higher beauty, peace, ananda, etc. So as we connect more and more to the body today, try and move as deep inside the body as possible. And we try to connect to that pure substance, moving from substance to substance inside the body. We connect to that pure substance which holds, which preserves this capacity, this knowledge. And by connecting to this pure substance, we let the entire body, the body in itself is a sea. There are many, many things that are stored, collected from many past experiences, births, and through the entire process of evolution. We'll take a moment, we'll take a quick moment to connect, to invoke that pure substance of the body. We want to be a little fast. We want to be direct in this connection. We want to be absolutely focused, overriding all the sensations, currents of the body from the surface to the depths as much as we have explored and touched. We physically connect to that pure substance which is shining with this power. The power to connect to the light, to the force, to the different divine qualities that are ever ready, ever present to penetrate and to manifest. Penetrate and manifest. We continue if we yet not have the absolute connection with this pure substance. We shall continue with that ardent invocation and aspiration. A single focused and not getting impatient, with the steadiness, with utmost faith intuitively in that capacity of the body. We continue aspiring to connect to that pure substance. Simultaneously now, we connect the other part of our awareness to the natural breathing. We connect to the natural breath in all its aspects, the very subtle as well as the physical. You become aware of the intermingling or that play of the universal force of vital energy, the prana, and the body. We now become aware of that gentle, subtle movement that is constantly going on inside the body, where in different parts of the body we can feel that expansion and contraction. We shall let the awareness move throughout the body and feel this movement in its subtlety. This movement with each breath, this movement of expanding and contracting, if we become more aware, more conscious of this, then this movement and the original sponging nature of the body can truly become a door towards the connection and to experience very physically that penetration of the higher into this conscious vessel or the conscious sponge that the body is. In today's exploration, we'll just remain fully aware of the breath and what is happening during this subtle, brief connection of each breath with the body. We shall try to connect more minutely with the breath, and especially those pauses, after each in breath and out breath. In next 10 minutes, we shall try to connect, become aware of the gap in between the out breath and the new in breath. So as you exhale, there is a pause before you take a new breath. During this period, connect to that movement, to that happening of the body, where the body, if we consider it as a sponge, it is actually squeezing, or it is ready to squeeze out. This is the natural mechanism of the body to keep itself purified, or to purify itself and keep itself more and more spacious to receive the higher. With this conscious connection of the breath and the body, in next 7 to 8 minutes, we are consciously squeezing out from this body that which has occupied the space in the body for no reason, or for some very low reason. I'll be quiet for 5 minutes, and we shall deepen this connection, the awareness of that brief passage, that brief movement of purification after each out breath, and the body gently squeezes and then again opens to the higher realms of consciousness, beauty, peace, ananda, and all such higher and divine qualities. throughout the day today, we shall try to remain with this very basic yet a profound capacity. Throughout the day, during different situations, conversations, the feeds that are willingly or unwillingly we are getting, whether it's a mental or emotional one. We shall try to remain aware of this movement inside the body. And at each moment, we keep the touch, the penetration of the lower, either outside so the penetration doesn't take place. Or even if that touches, we are conscious of this movement to immediately squeeze out its effect, its touch, before it penetrates into the deeper layers of the substance of this body. The entire body from the top to bottom. During this brief passage, during this brief duration of that pause after each out breath, is gently squeezing itself. And as it squeezes more and more consciously, it becomes easy for that pure substance of the body to shine forth more. It's only the willingness, the interest, and the focused concentration and awareness this is the love language of the body. In the last 2 minutes, let's also be aware of the blooming the opening of the body, from that first moment of in-breath till the last moment of the fullness at the end of each in-breath. During this time, from the beginning to the end of each in-breath, the body is opening, turning its inner gaze with utmost joy, as if it is a joy which is original, which is leaping forward to bloom, grasp, connect to the higher, to the higher, to the perfect, to the more beautiful. And that is how this material has constantly evolved, breath by breath. Very physically, very concretely, we shall try to remain with this loving exploration or loving act of the body. Constant purification, during that each brief moment of out-breath and towards the new breath. And during that brief moment of in-breath, how the entire body feels the blooming, or at least very consciously in some parts, very concretely in some parts, where you can feel that gentle leap of blooming, opening. We shall try to be with this as constantly, as consistently as possible. During different happenings throughout the day, we shall try to be aware of this. We can continue the practice on our own. Thank you.